Baby, the black women in real estate is not coming to play with us, and I am here for it. First selling Tampa, and now we have ladies who list Atlanta. Yes, the energy that we love and need. I know that's right. So if you haven't guessed by the name already, Ladies Who List Atlanta is about black women in the Atlanta area selling luxury real estate, and it's a mixture of them from agents, brokers, and attorneys. So there's Tiffany and Crystal, who are both closing attorneys, Tiana and Kiara, who are both agents, and lastly, Kiana and Robin, who are brokers. So baby, the girls are titled up and educated, okay? And I love to see it. And even more, I love to see that we are seeing more than just agents, because realistically, that's all most of us know. But clearly there is more to it in that, real estate lifestyle. Now, before I get into it, I have to say my spiel on it being similar to Netflix show Selling Tampa. I personally like Selling Tampa, and it gave me the energy I would expect. And based on the previews of Ladies Who List, they're about to bring the energy as well. But let me put this out now, just in case I don't, put out my Selling Tampa review. I personally don't care to hear how people think that the ladies are making black women look bad just because we are seeing a little drama and some scuffles. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes the scuffles and physical altercations, it do be a little too much. And it's unnecessary because these are all boss-ass women. So the complaints on that, it's understood. But when people complain about the way these ladies, walk and talk and so on, that's when I draw the line. Because the ladies are still getting clients and handling their business. So an outburst and a upset moment does not make them unprofessional, because their reactions is theirs, as long as they know how to, come back from it. So, yeah, that's my ideology on it. Yeah, big words. So, moving on, in the first episode, we are introduced to Akira and Kiana. And the two are celebrating Kiara and how hard she's been working and putting in effort, especially when most people have been doubting her and, talking down on her on social media just by bashing her and about wearing a bathing suit. And don't get me wrong, they showed the picture and baby girl look good, so I understand why they were saying. Well, I don't understand, because when a bitch look good, she look good. Period. What you waiting for? But anyways, so people really was just jealous. So they was going on her page complaining and saying she would never be successful in the real estate market because of it, which is just, ignorant. And Kiana and her became friends because Kiana stepped in, defended her, and also motivating her, let her know that, she can be a mix of things. But at the end of the day, you're a boss, period. Now, granted, those weren't her exact words, but y'all get the gist. So after getting a little backstory on Kiara, we get a little backstory on Kiana. Now, let me just tell y'all now, I like Kiana. She's definitely going to be the girl I'm rooting for. There's just an essence she gives off that makes you be like, damn, she just got it without trying. But the way I am describing her is what most people, turn negative. So basically, Kiara and Kiana was talking about how people perceive Kiana as this girl who has it all together because she comes off so, well put and perfect. But Kiana lets it be known she comes from humble beginnings. Like, most people who's successful, she just knew she wanted better for herself, so she worked for it, and she is doing great for herself today. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Most people may think she comes off as, self-centered. But to me, in this first scene, she comes off as, supportive friend, if you ask me. She may have times she, shade and be extra blunt, but I think that's fine. Either you can take it or you move along. But we'll see more as the season continues. Next, we get introduced to Robin and Crystal, and I'm going to stay on them for a while because, baby, those two there, they just too much, okay? So the two are meeting up for lunch, and Crystal and Robin instantly looks like, they are really, 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 really good friends, and they are enjoying the time that they are spending with each other. And Robin seems to be, the fun friend. But baby, the lie detector said that's a lie, okay? And I'm only saying this because after seeing a trailer of the show and a preview before the first episode, we see Robin smacking Crystal's hand and yelling at her like a child. So clearly, the things between the two ladies isn't all, you know, peachy, creamy as it seems right now. And during her confessional, Crystal lets it be known that Robin is a firecracker. And at first, I thought she meant like a fun firecracker. But this really meant she was an uncontrollable firecracker. Miss Robin is about that action, okay? Baby get bucked and nuck and wow. But see, Robin knows she's a firecracker and she admits to it. I mean, she know how she acts. I mean, it is what it is. So eventually we get a little backstory on Robin, and she talks about how her life has been hard and she was supposed to be a failure from the beginning by being a teenage mom, not having a job, not being married. You know, all the odds were stacked against her. So she puts up this protective layer, which, okay, understandable. And I could see that. But I wanted to know if she was working on herself to be better and working on, you know, that layer. And eventually she lets us know that she's done a lot of work to get better with her ways. Okay, take note, noted. And then we get a little backstory on Crystal, and she talks about how she really didn't have it as hard as the other ladies as far as her upbringing goes, because she was always doing something that pushed her entrepreneur mindset, from walking dogs to reselling golf balls. Sis said she always knew she was going to be a successful person. And granted, it sounded kind of off how the producers put it together right after Robin was talking about her hardships. But it's her stories, which is good to hear, because not every black woman has to have a struggle story to go along with their success. And that's okay. So getting to know each of the ladies' backstory is very important, because they are all different, and it's showing how different people, more importantly, black women with different backgrounds, can be bossed up women. Rather, they started from the bottom, middle, or top. But continuing on with the two ladies, Robin decides to come to Crystal with a proposal of starting up a all black women real estate group. Now, when the two of them was talking at lunch, Robin said she had something to tell Crystal. But now that they are back at the office, I am assuming this is what she had to tell Crystal. So Robin was basically expressing how all the ladies they know are in their own space doing big things for white brokerages and are top producers. So she wants to bring them all together as one and really, dominate the industry as one. Like, black women taking over Atlanta real estate, come on. And her ideal ladies were Kiana, Tiana, and Kiana. Now, mind you all, I didn't say Tiffany, but we will get into that a little later. But Crystal was all for it and said it was a good idea, especially with Kiana. But I don't know if anyone else caught it. Robin's face looked, like kind of sneaky-ish in a weird way. Right after Crystal said something about Kiana will be, her and Kiana will work good together. And then right after that, in her confessional, Robin popped up, and she was talking about how being around female groups isn't really her thing. Like, I didn't understand that. How you want to start something with all women, but no, you can't handle a group of women? That just didn't make, no sense to me. And it don't sound like it would be successful if Robin is in control of it. I mean, every time she speaks on it, she is very specific and clear when she says she is selective with the women she keeps around, because, she has been burnt and disappointed by so many. But now that she is getting older, female relationships are becoming, important to her, because she cleaned out her closet. And this is where I believe she's been either going to therapy about her struggles she's been dealing with when it comes to women, or she just think it's her time to, be more open with being around other women. She wasn't exact on what she meant by she cleaned out her closet, but she believes this all black female brokerage is the move. And after hearing her say that, I wonder how does she get along with men and what that looks like, because let's be clear, men can be in this very messy and hurtful, and that's a fact. So knowing all this information about Robin when it comes to being around a group of women, Crystal told Robin she doesn't play well in the sandbox. She don't play in the sandbox very well. And that took Robin over the top, and she started getting loud because she felt offended and told Crystal she would throw a drink in her face. was just a lot. But whole time Robin is upset. Those are her own words she has used on herself and told Crystal that. So it was so confusing to me why she was upset with Crystal and got offended. Granted, I feel like Crystal knew she was about to push a button because the first thing she said was, don't get mad. So she knew where that was leading, but still, Robin is a damn nut. I just don't think Crystal was throwing it up in her face like she perceived it. I just think she brought it up because she was about to get into a situation with a group of women when she had stated over and over and over, groups of women isn't her cup of tea. So Crystal wanted to make sure she was ready for just that. It just didn't come off that way to Robin. So, you know, she felt some way about it and, you know, totally missed the part of her just making sure. So moving on, in the show we see a meet up between Crystal and Kiana at a house Kiana is showing to a client. And I think now we are about to get into some things because at first, I thought the ladies were just in their on individual groups and eventually they were, you know, going to get to know each other and build this brokerage together. But nope, most of them already know each other, which is why these are the list of ladies Robin wants to bring together. I say all that to say Kiana and Crystal knows each other and are very good friends. And I have to say that they are friends because I thought Robin and Crystal were friends. And baby, that clearly isn't the deal. But Kiana and Crystal are. So of course Crystal brought up the idea of the all black women brokerage with all the ladies too. Kiana off rip said no. And the authority she had in her voice was powerful, okay? But once she knew Robin was involved, she didn't sugarcoat it and think about it or nothing. It was a flat out no, point blank period. And she said that because there was a time when Kiana asked Robin if she can hold on to a list of clients she had while she was going through a transition of getting her license to start up her own real estate firm. And it was just a long process she had to deal with to get activated. And she assumed her and Robin was friends and close enough for Robin to hold on to the list for her. And Robin asked for $500 of each client. And she had 26 clients, so that was about $13,000. So Kiana felt like Robin was trying to make a power move on her. So it's just so odd that she would come back around to say she wants to create something that involves Kiana. Now listen. I don't know nothing about real estate, holding the list and clients, none of that. All I know is that there was a lot of money. Granted, business is business and personal is personal. But God. But hearing that situation just reminded me how Robin was defending herself against Crystal about how she can work with women in business. It's the personal she can't get with. And rather we think it was right or wrong for Robin to charge her that much or charge her at all. If Kiana felt some way about it, that's her prerogative. That's just how I feel. If she feels some way, let her feel some way. That's how she want to feel, period. I just think she can feel that way, especially if she thought her and Robin were friends. Like, damn, she can't get a discount, you know? I just wonder if she expressed that to Robin because why would Robin feel comfortable wanting Kiana on a team with her? Something about that situation is off. I don't know. And plus, remember I told y'all when Crystal brought up how well the two of them will work together, Robin gave that little smirky smile. I feel like we would eventually get to a sit down between Robin and Kiana. So I'm waiting for that because Robin seems like the type to not hold back. And Kiana don't hold back either. So that'll be a good scene to see. So when talking to Crystal, Kiana tells her that she will go to dinner, but it was only to tell Robin no to her face. You know, real shady, bossy vibes, or whatever. So real quick, let me talk about Tiana and Tiffany, the other two ladies who are on the show. So after getting into Crystal and Robin, we are introduced to Tiana and Tiffany, and the two of them is at a park with their kids. And it's just so funny to me because it seemed a little fake. Not saying that this is something they do or don't do. It's just Tiana kids, her daughter was not here for being at the park and being forced to play outside. Baby girl was not here for that. So her and Tiffany was talking about, you know, how they both are two different type of parents. And I love that topic that they had, because different styles of parenting, you know, that's a real thing. And that's okay as long as the kids are being well treated. We can be friends, but we can parent our kids differently. But I can kind of tell that Tiana and Tiffany's storyline is going to be on balancing work life and their kids. Those two are going to bring, you know, some saneness back to the show after Robin but wreaks havoc on everybody. But once we got more into the episode, Tiana is having a broker's opening, child, whatever that is. Now I'm assuming it's a little get together where brokers and agents can come to a house, look at it, and see if they want to sell it to their clients. That's just what I'm assuming. But moving on, I have to get back to Crystal and Robin, because they decided to meet up after their office debacle to speak their piece. And during their talk, Robin was getting angry because Crystal was laughing. Now, y'all, it wasn't like a, oh, she cracking the hell up laugh at first. But it was one of those chuckles that some people do in awkward situations, or when you really want to get bucked but choose to laugh to keep your composure and coolness. And Robin was so offended at the laugh, and she even told Crystal she didn't want to be friends with her no more. And then made it seem like Crystal was begging to be her friend. It was just a weird interaction with them two, because it's like, are y'all friends or not? Because when it got to the end, they were happy and laughing. And granted, you can kind of tell that Crystal is the peacemaker of the two, which does make it comes off as she's forcing her friendship with Robin. But baby, I don't know. I personally think they don't need to be friends. And based on how she was talking to Crystal, it made sense why she did what she did to Kiana when Kiana thought they were friends as well. The only difference is Kiana saw right through her. Kiana saw right through her and put up with it like Crystal is. So far, the show is good and their attitudes has come out. But we all know people change during the season, and real thoughts and the truth on situations and misunderstandings will come out. So I would definitely wait this one out. And of course, we can't forget about the homes they are selling, because it's a real estate show, right? Sometimes I get so wrapped up in the drama, I forget they're supposed to be selling homes, you know. So we seen Robin closing a deal with the YouTube couple, Amy and Mozzie, which, side note, I am so happy for them. I used to watch Amy and Mozzie, but low-key fell off because they kind of fell off with posting consistently. So yeah, that's it. But it was motivating seeing a YouTube couple buy a home. So with that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, and share this video and all others moving forward. But we also seen Kiana showing a home and Tiana doing a broker showing. So other than Robin doing a closing, we really didn't see them sell anything, which was fine with me, because I'm not pressed with them selling homes. Like, I get it, that's the point, but I am more fascinated with seeing the actual homes they are selling, because it's so motivating and they are all luxuries. So I get excitement from that. But of course, them closing on the show is a plus. I just don't think it's a necessity. And plus, this is only episode 1. Now, what I will say, though, the drama in this show is stronger than selling temper straight off the bat in the first and most likely the second episode based off the preview. It looks like it's all coming from Robin crazy behind, but we shall see, because Crystal isn't so innocent either. That's probably why she wants to hang with Robin, so she doesn't look like the most crazy. But anyways, that's my piece. I hope you all enjoy my review. You already know what it is and how it goes down over here. Like this video, comment your thoughts on this show so far. And last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the queen, baby. Bye.